We would apply these simple techniques. We would say to ourselves, I'm aware that I'm not really where I want to be. And I'm aware that any attention I give to being where I don't want to be is just going to practice that vibration longer. So I'm going to do the best job I can of distracting myself from whatever it is that is at the heart of this newfound, less than positive, somewhat negative emotion. Then these are the tools that we would utilize in this order. If we could, we would take a nap, because slumber will start the day over again. If that's not practical, we would meditate. Quieting the mind accomplishes the same thing. And if you've been meditating for a while, you'll get really, really good at it. Making a list of positive aspects isn't a really good tool under those conditions, because you're already not on a very good disc. And so you're going to say it, but you're not going to mean it. And when you say things you don't mean, you just practice what you do mean. You see what we're getting at? So what we're talking about here is just managing your alignment, managing your connection to what? Your connection to the energy, your connection to the vibration, your connection to the vibration of source, your connection to the influence of source, your connection to the path of least resistance to everything that you want. After a few days of playing with this, you're going to begin to notice, some of you already are noticing, synchronicity in your life, rendezvous with things that you cannot help but understand is the universe setting you up for understanding about thing after thing after thing. Esther said, I need to start writing this stuff down, because it's happening with such speed that it's intoxicating, first of all, to see how many things that the universe can orchestrate that equal, for Esther, evidence of that alignment. We wanted to say earlier in the conversation that what life is for all of you is this moment and how you feel, period. It's this moment and how you feel, period. We know that's sort of a boring thing to contemplate, but it is this moment and how you feel, period. That's what life is. It's always this moment and how you feel, period. And when you start at the beginning of the day caring about how you feel, noticing how you feel, and tending to how you feel, and then have awareness of how you feel, you're off and running in deliberate creation, the likes of which almost nobody that you ever know will be doing. In other words, just that little bit of conscious awareness at the beginning of the day. And then anything that you can do. We think it's a really good thing when you realize that you're not where you want to be, to just hold the image of falling out of an airplane and hearing Abraham saying, hang on, it'll be over in a little bit. And just don't sweat over it. Don't suffer over it. Don't struggle over it. And this is the thing that we can feel it with you. We can feel it with all of you. We feel it with Esther on a daily basis. You are efforting at the wrong times. When you effort from a lower flying disc, you only practice the momentum of the lower flying disc. The harder you try, the more you encourage the momentum. And it's because of this powerful universal law. The more general you are, the more you slow the momentum. The more specific you are, the more you speed the momentum. So we'd plan the night before. We'd do our best that morning. We'd fly as high as we can. We'd crash and burn if we have to. We wouldn't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And then we would acknowledge that this effort that I'm applying right now is counterproductive under these conditions. Or this attention that I am applying right now is productive under these conditions. And what's the condition? If it feels good, you want to be specific. If it doesn't feel good, you want to be general. That's really a good tool. It's really a good thing to understand. So somebody comes to you and they say, you know, I have an issue. It's someone at work. I have an issue about such and such. So as soon as they walk into your space, you feel yourself potentially slipping from that high-flying disc. So what would, given what we've just said to you, your best course of action be? To say to them, oh really? What is the problem? More specific. Or to say to them, I have to go to the bathroom. Or to say to them, you're one of the best problem solvers I've ever known. Let me know how it turns out. Or to say to them, I'm on a high-flying disc. And talking to you is a very high probability that I soon won't be on a very high-flying disc. Now let me explain to you about the high-flying disc. I want to be on the high-flying disc. You want me to be on the high-flying disc. Now, most people aren't ready for this conversation. You really have a wonderful benefit if you're hanging around with people that do know about the high-flying disc. In other words, once you get the hang of this and you're hanging around together and somebody comes with you with some sort of problem, just point upward like, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Because as soon as you say, do we really want to go there? You've gone. Esther had the dashboard cards made, and the first group of them were edited for space, and they said, things always work out for me. And Esther could feel the slight offness of that, because every time she's heard us say it, she's heard us say, things are always working out for me. Present tense. They are always. In this moment, they are working out. In this moment, they are working out. In this moment, they are working out. No matter what's happening and no matter what your perspective of what's happening is, things are working out. And as you practice that thought and come to own that, your concerns will be replaced with feelings of adventure, and your fears will be replaced with feelings of adventure and eagerness. Your confusion will be replaced with more moments of clarity, and your scrutiny of your time-space reality will be replaced with a feeling of appreciation of the bigness and the fullness and the possibility of it. The vibrational acuity that you have embarked upon as a result of the hours that you've patiently listened to us rambling here today has put you on a bouncing off place that will bring evidence to you immediately. And as you savor each and every particle of the evidence that is coming in response to your newfound vibrational frequency. You see, we've been here way more than 68 seconds. And we've come around to it again and again, way more than 68 seconds. You've practiced the vibration of the high-flying disc just by participating here in this day in ways that you've never practiced it before. You are vibrationally altered. And the universe will respond to you in those differences. The request that we now make of you is that you consciously acknowledge the vibrational differences, that you consciously acknowledge your realization of those differences. And that's how you maintain this momentum. The momentum that you felt when you made the decision to come here to begin with. The momentum that in physical words and terminology can be described like this. This is who you are and how you felt coming into this physical experience. I am a powerful creator, and I could not be more worthy or more loved. I am entrusted with the variety of this time-space reality, understanding that it will stimulate within me personal preferences, each and every one of which can be fully manifested and realized by me. I am the creator of my own reality, and I'll be co-creating with lots of others who at varying degrees will understand their own creative prowess. I'm born with an emotional guidance system that will always let me know where I am in relationship with the expansion that has been set out before me by me. And the alignment that I find and the resonance I feel in the form of emotions that feel like joy and eagerness and passion and love and appreciation and frustration and anger and despair. The emotions that I feel are my indicator of my vibrational placement, my vibrational point of attraction in this moment in time, which is where all of my power is. Today, we have literally pushed that reset button so that you are in that fresh new place, if you will allow it. So get your notebook or the memo pad on your iPhone and take note of the realization that's going to begin in the moment that this music starts, in reminding you of the perfection of that which is you, of the love that Source has for you, of the perfection of your moment in time, of the improvement in your vibrational state of being, of your rightness in this place in the universe, of your perfect timing in choosing to be here, in your perfect rendezvousing with those who are surrounding you. Make note of the obvious differences in your point of attraction. And in doing so, you will keep this momentum going. And it is our promise to you that not only will you continue to live happily ever after, but everything that you've been asking for will begin in this moment flowing steadily, directly, swiftly, and with ease into your experience. The fun part for us is that we saw you put each piece in the vortex, but you've forgotten the pieces that you've put there. We've seen the vortex spin the cooperative components into this future experience that you want, that you don't even know that you want. So you are, maybe for the first time ever in your life, in the place where, as it unfolds, you're going to know it as we know it. So Hester calls them lightning strikes, shivers, and rivers of energy flowing. You're going to get a lot of those. Think you're ready for what's about to come? Do you believe, and this is the most important question of the day or ever, do you believe that in a few short hours of focused intensity that you can set the tone for what happens next? Yes. We like that you know that. And so now we just want to tell you this one small thing. Everything that we just told you about your future experience, we love you so much, only applies today. In other words, tomorrow you got to start it over again. Tomorrow you got to pick the disc and get the momentum going. And the next day you got to pick the disc and get the momentum going. You can't fall back into old pipes and get that momentum going. This momentum is good for today, but it's enough for you to know the power of it. And we'll be right there with you, reveling in each and every cooperative component that is queued up and ready to reveal itself to you, you high-flying discers. There is great love here for you, and as always, remain stubbornly in your vortex.